goes like this. What's going down, WWE Universe? This is your exec, Dr. D. This is the most must-heard interview in Wrestling Marks of Excellence Radio, Fox Sports, 1340 AM history, and we have the most must-see superstar in WWE history, the former WWE champion and star of the ABC family movie, Christmas Bounty, the one, the only, The Miz. How are you feeling, sir?
That is how you introduce a WWE superstar. That is what I'm talking about. You should take Justin Roberts' job and become the announcer. My God, that was great.
Thank you, sir, for joining us, and we are definitely looking forward to seeing you. We have a pleasure of meeting you back at WrestleMania 28, and we hope to see you in the DMV, the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, starting with SmackDown in D.C. December 29th, Raw at Richmond, Virginia, December the 30th, January the 4th at Hampton, Virginia, Hampton Coliseum, January 5th, Roanoke, Virginia, and Patriot Center in Fairfax, Virginia, and Raw in Baltimore, First Mariner Arena, Baltimore, Maryland. I'm telling you, Miz, it's good to have WWE once again coming back to our area, as always, in the last week of the old year, bringing in the new year.
Oh my God, I'm really glad to be over there. And you know what? This is the type of event where you can get in your car and drive a couple hours to one show, then go to the next show, then go to the next show. I mean, we are all over that area and we're terrorizing it. It's gonna be so much fun. You guys are gonna have an absolute blast to have each of the shows, whatever one you prefer going to, if not all.
Absolutely, absolutely. And G-Lo is giving away tickets for the Richmond, Virginia show for Monday Night Raw. But tell me this, Miz, this feud with you and Kofi Kingston that last time we saw it was on TLC. My question is, is it going anywhere? Because we know that you want to get back in contention for becoming the WWE champ, or should I say WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
That's exactly where I want to be. Everyone wants to have that WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Everyone wants to be the face of the company, and the only way to do that is to create spotlights for yourself, to create people talking, and to get people behind you. I mean, if you look right now, the biggest superstar WWE has, I would say, is Daniel Bryan. Those yes chants are one of the biggest things that's happened since Stone Cold Steve Austin's what? So,
yeah,
I mean, he's having an absolute incredible time, and I'm just working my way back up, trying to get to that main event level once again. I've been there before. I know I can do it again. It makes you hungry when you're at that level, and it makes you even hungrier when you're not. So I'm definitely going to get there. With Kofi Kingston, it's just a stepping stone for me. I look at him, and I go, okay, this guy's a very highly talented athlete. He's incredible to watch. The fans are always behind him, but the fact still remains, The Miz is just one step better.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I followed you from back in the days with Real World, and it just so happens that an old Road Rules cast member of yours that you did the challenge with, I happen to work with in the D.C. School system, an old friend by the name of Ayanna. You remember Ayanna from Road Rules?
I do actually remember Ayanna from Road Rules. Yeah, it's funny, with being in that Real World Road Rules family, you always meet people that know someone knows someone, and it's funny because I did 9 reality shows in my time of reality, so I got to meet a lot of interesting cats and had a lot of fun with a lot of them. I mean, we've got to do some amazing things, got to travel to some crazy places and do some insane challenges. So that was a part of my life that was just so much fun.
Yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the most must-heard interview in Wrestling Marks of Excellence Radio, starring the firm history with the most must-see superstar in WWE history, The Miz. Go for what you know, G-Lo.
Yeah, Miz, this is G-Lo, the host of the show. I want to, question, are you currently happy with the evolution of your career? I'm looking at your career, doing research for this interview, where you came from being on the tough enough finishing second to being the World Heavyweight Champion, now feuding with Kofi Kingston on the way to becoming, hopefully, the unified champion once again. Are you happy with the evolution of The Miz?
I look back at the things that I've done in the WWE and in the reality world with the Real World and the challenges, and I just can't believe it. When as a kid growing up, you never think that these type of things could happen because people always say those are dreams. Dreams aren't supposed to come true. It's supposed to happen when you're sleeping. But I've actually been able to live my dreams. Being on the Real World was a dream for me when I was in college. Got on the show, And then being in the WWE was a dream for me. Now I'm filming movies. Now I have my own radio show on Sirius XM. Now I'm filming movies. I'm doing, main events in WWE. It's just, you don't think this was supposed to happen. So any kid out there that dreams of wanting to be something and everyone's told you that you can't because you're not big enough, you're not strong enough, you're not smart enough, you're not an athlete, you can't talk, this, that, and the other thing. It's just one of those things, just motivate that to prove them wrong.
Definitely. On a personal note, I had the pleasure of interviewing your fiance last year at WrestleMania 29.
Lucky guy.
I know, man. And I was proud because she gave me a compliment because I pronounced the name correctly. You know what I'm saying? She's like one of the first interviewers to ever do it. So I appreciated that. You say I had plans on setting the date. Has the date been set for the wedding?
Date has been set for the wedding. We're going to have a nice February wedding, and we're really excited because it's going to be a nice destination where I can actually have a vacation for once while actually having a wedding, because with WWE, we're on the road 250 days a year. It's nonstop all day, every day. I mean, you're looking at it. I mean, the day after Christmas, we're starting on our Christmas loop, and, we're going to be ending up in Richmond, Virginia on December 30th for a Raw live taping. So if you want to be on TV, definitely come out to the show. Tickets are as low as $20. But I mean, it's one of those situations where we're nonstop. We go all day, every day. So I actually decided with the wedding, I'm going to take some time to actually enjoy not only the wedding, but enjoy just being with my new fiance, or my fiance, my new wife.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, you listen to the Wrestling Muscle Excellence here on Fox Sports Radio 1340. Hey, stay tuned and continue listening in, because you have an opportunity to win 2 more tickets to WWE coming in December 30th to Richmond, Virginia. Nephew, on you.
Hey, what's going on, Miz? This is the Wizard, Nephew Corey. So I will call this section of the interview The Miz and the Wiz, if you don't mind.
I like it.
Now, I've been a really big fan of yours, and I'm going to make sure I tweet the picture to you from me and you at WrestleMania 28 as well. So make sure you get that. And
definitely.
What I wanted to ask you about, I was watching the Money in the Bank DVD that you're on, and you did a great job on there, by the way. And I was looking at one of the extra added bonus footage, and it was of you after you had cashed in and won the WWE Championship. And if you could just relive that moment again. I know a lot of people have seen it in the extra footage, but I want to hear from you. What was that moment like?
Cashing in was, it's one of those situations where when you get the Money in the Bank, and it was at the time when no one has lost Money in the Bank, everyone was telling me, tweeting me, Facebooking me, calling me, telling me in airports that I was going to be the first one to lose. And once I cashed in and defeated one of the top superstars, I mean, he is the face of the company right now. He's the first ever WWE World Heavyweight Champion. When I beat Randy Orton at that time, it was huge. It was unheard of. And then holding that title, I remember being in the ring, and when the 3 count hit, I remember so many emotions going through. One emotion was like, you're ecstatic. You don't even know what to do. You're so excited. So you're just jumping up and down. You're looking at the title like, oh, my God. Then it kind of sinks in, and you go, "Oh my God, I'm a champion! I'm a champion!" You get a lump in your throat, and you feel like about to well up, and you're like, "Wait a second, I'm on national television. I'm not going to cry during my WWE championship." And then you're a kid again. You go through that phase where it's like a kid. You remember when you're holding up a championship that you bought at like a Halloween store or a toy store, and now you're holding the real thing. I remember hugging A-Rai and us just jumping up and down like little kids, getting backstage, getting a handshake from Vince McMahon, basically telling me that, I'm the new guy. I'm the guy that's going to be able to hold this company and take it to hopefully a new level. And then not only that, but, some of the superstars actually, were kind of clapping and kind of proud of me, and that was the one of the coolest moments, because I was a kid that came into WWE as a reality star, and nobody wanted me here. Everyone thought I was going to be gone in 3 months. I was kicked out of the locker room. I wasn't respected. But once I won that WWE Championship, and I saw everyone backstage clapping when I won it, it was a really cool feeling. It's kind of like I earned my respect.
Wow, and see, that's what I wanted to hear, that real live perspective. And it's funny you mentioned how I can't cry on TV, because at the end of that episode, the camera was kind of on you, and you could see that look in your face of that realization as they were going off the air, and it was like, wow. Like, you could see that he's feeling like, wow, I actually did it. And that was cool to see.
I'm a person of emotion, you know. It's like it's just, you know, in every situation that I'm in, I try to allow myself to feel what I really want to feel and don't hold back. Because, you know, you want to be able to remember those moments, you know, moments like, you know, main eventing WrestleMania, moments like getting the WWE Championship, getting any championship. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to be the Intercontinental United States Tag Team Champion. Those are huge titles that I grew up watching, and now, you know, I have a chance to actually perform and get to be one, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, that's excellent. I had another question for you. This is a question I usually ask all the time. Last question: whether they were living or not living now, if you could work with one more person, you know, one last time, who would you want to work with?
Who would I want to work with? People always ask me what's the one person that you haven't worked with that you would want to wrestle, and there's two people that come to mind, and those are the two people that, you know, when I was watching as a young child, it was the Ultimate Warrior. I used to paint my face, put streamers on my arm, run around the house creating havoc for my mother. And then growing up, you know, in high school and even going into college, you know, The Rock was the guy. So those would be the two guys that I would want to face just because I grew up watching them and enjoying what they did.
Awesome.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. You are awesome.
You're awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Awesome! I came to play.